What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Adobe Live here on Behance. I'm here for day 2 with Alma Kamal. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yay! Oh, why is no one here? Jan, we're here. Don't worry. Say hello in chat to let us know that you're hanging out with us today. Today is day 2 of editorial design. So we have Alma here. We had Puya before, as well as other awesome designers for the week. Maybe we can take a peek at the schedule so you can know what you can be looking forward to. Yes, this week on Adobe Live. So like I said, we're focusing on editorial design. We've got Sunny Park, Marta Caro, Puya, and Alma finishing out the day. And today's day 2 of 3. So if you have more questions for Alma, please feel free to ask them while she's creating the zine, the cat zine. The cats that broke the internet yesterday. If you're new to Adobe Live, make sure to stick around in about 30 minutes. We'll be doing our chat and win. The 2 pieces of swag we're giving away today is an Illustrator sticker and an Illustrator lapel pin. Beautiful, right? Complete with a little plastic bag to keep it in. A little safe carrying case. So stick around for the next 30 minutes and then also check out the challenge tab to learn more about the challenge for today, where we're challenging you to create posters alongside Alma using one of the new over 600 fonts available on Typekit from Monotype. All right, bless you. That's a perfect segue, actually. Alma, do you want to introduce yourself and let people know who have not met you yet?
Yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Alma. I moved here 4 years ago to do my master's degree in graphic design. From the Academy of Art University.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm working as a fellow at Chronicle Books.
So cool.
And I'm here today to create a zine about cats.
Yes. So you started yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of worked through a couple spreads. Maybe you can go over everything you did yesterday and then what you hope to get done today.
Sure. So we started with the grid and the margins and all of that.
The weird margins.
The weird margins. And then we did a couple of paragraph styles, which is not everything so far, but just like to start off with the big content. And this was our first article.
Right.
And then we moved into cats and paintings. And then things cats would say if they could speak.
Yes. Which maybe they can. I heard Alma speaking cat before the stream. Let out a little meow. And maybe we should just meow the rest of the time. What do you think, chat? Should we change our language? What was that? Meow. One more time. Just kidding. Jacob is wondering, Alma, can we send you pictures of cats to put in the zine?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Do it.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, let's get some collaboration going. Maybe you can, what would be the best way for people to send them to you? Is there an email address or like a Twitter account or an Instagram?
Yeah, they can send them to my email address, which is almakamal@yahoo.com.
Perfect.
So it's just my name.
Awesome. So almakamal@yahoo.com. If you want to send some cats, do it. And maybe they'll end up in the zine. Cool. So you worked on these so far, and then what were you going to work on today?
So we're gonna move to another article and maybe a spread of cute cat pictures.
Yay! Love it. Thanks, Aman, for posting the email address. So send those cat pictures over if you're interested, and maybe, I don't know, like halfway through we can take a peek, see if there are any there, and go from there.
Cool.
Nice. But you already have some cute cat pictures that you've saved, right?
Yeah, I got a bunch of pictures from Adobe stock, which were really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yes. All right. What other cat puns can we roll out? Jan Eric. Kathleen. What's up, Jan Eric?
That's funny.
What's up, Zach? He says, oh no, don't ever ask the internet to send cats. Rip your inbox.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh,
maybe I shouldn't. All right. Maybe if you have one really good cat picture, you send it. Don't send millions, please. But there are millions of cute cat pictures on the internet. Cool. So let's dive right in.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, it was 2 spreads, I remember. There are lots of things cats think about or talk about.
I think I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller though, because right now I wanted it all to be on one spread.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Ooh. And you set up these weird margins yesterday, and you kind of have more room to play with it because it is going to be printed as spreads, right? You don't have to worry about the gutter so much.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's one thing to think about. If you know how your publication is going to be printed, you can play with the gutters, the widths that you are safe or not safe, etc., etc.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions about editorial design or like printing or anything that maybe I know the answer for, then I would love to help.
Yeah, totally. We were getting really nitty-gritty into printing and the whole process of layering colors on top of each other yesterday. So we're the people to ask. I'm not really. Alma is, but we can answer the questions. And let us know in chat where you are watching from. Always interested to hear. We had, I think the whole world was watching during Marta's stream. We had Algeria, we had Bangladesh, we had Morocco, we had, where else did we have? The US, England, yeah, the UK was in the house. Patricia says, your session yesterday was amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Patricia. Who else was hanging out with us yesterday? I remember seeing you, Patricia, obviously. I don't think Jan Eric was around. Were you, Jan Eric? Maybe you were.
Isn't Jan a Greek name?
Jan, are you Greek? I know Jan isn't, but maybe that's where it's from. Tell us about your name, Jan Eric. Please. Ali is originally from Iraq. Bruno is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Aman is from India. Zach is watching from SLC, Salt Lake City. Melissa is in Orange County. Nice. Fanny's in Mexico. Christian is in Colombia. Anna Logo's in Saudi Arabia. Yadira's in New Jersey. What's up, Mohammed? How you doing? Gil is in NYC. Val says, I sent Alma a cat. Is it a good cat, Val? What kind of cat is it? Oh. Jan Eric, you were watching a little bit yesterday, but no time to talk. Totally fair. Jan says, I think Jan is Dutch, but I'm Norwegian.
Huh. I
The more
went to
you know.
Norway a couple of years ago. It was amazing.
Really? Cool. What were you doing there? Just touring or?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just vacation.
Nice. Jan Eric, what are the best vacation spots in Norway? If that's where you are right now. Not quite sure. Cute. Mukhtar is from Nigeria. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Patricia is in Arkansas. Super cool.
Maybe they should tell us how to say cats in their language. I think that would be really cute.
Please let us know how to say cat in your language or like cat related words. Like how do you say meow? I know it's like different in other places.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Like in French, it's like M-I-A-O-U, I think. But it's pronounced the same way. Jan Erik says, Lofoten, Norway is a beautiful place to visit. Bergen is good. There's a word that I don't know if I can pronounce. Gerangerfjorden? Is that right? Melissa says gato. It's meow.
Los
Jan Erik.
gatos.
Yeah, Los Gatos. That's a place.
The cats.
Mm-hmm. Angelica says cat is kedi in Turkish. Cool. Anna Logo says besa is cat. Kuta.
Gata.
I love hearing all of these. It's much more, I think it's a cooler way to say cat. C-A-T. It's kind of bland. So you're changing up the picture, or you just move things totally around.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
This is what being a designer means.
Yeah.
You just change your mind all the time.
Yep. Yeah, and we were talking about that with Marta earlier about, like, for people that might be watching that are new to design and they might think that their first design has to be their best one.
Mm-mm.
Not true.
So this is what my process is usually like. I stare at the screen for like half an hour.
For 6 days.
I make a tiny bit of a change. I twirl my hair for like another half an hour. And then I get bored, I walk around, I find something to eat. I come back.
You sound like a cat.
Maybe I should have been one, I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, can we change this around? I'm going to be a cat now. Okay. And then when do you end up with what you like? How do you...
When the deadline comes.
The pressure. All right. Well, you've got about an hour and 20 minutes. That's the deadline.
Oh my God.
You can do it. Ooh, Ali, that's a great question, and maybe we can get into a deeper conversation about it. But they're wondering, did you find an MFA to be worth it for your career path?
Definitely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to talk about why, specifically for you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, my undergrad grad wasn't like, I feel, especially like now that I'm in this point and looking back, I feel like it was not that great.
Oh, okay.
I didn't learn much, especially typography-wise, and that's sad because typography is actually like the platform of graphic design.
Totally. You know? And you studied graphic design?
Yeah.
What?
I know, that is really weird, you know?
Yeah.
And then I came here and even though school mostly is like they give you briefs and then you're supposed to go do it on your own and you come back and you get feedback, but mostly it's like by yourself, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
But it's still a lot of learning and yeah, it was totally worth it.
Yeah. Cool. So you found that your MFA was more like, did you feel like you got the brief and then had to do it by yourself, or was there a lot of instruction in the actual class?
Mostly it was just me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I feel like that could be tough for some people. Like if they aren't even sure where to start with something, maybe they need more instruction than just being let go. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Do you like to have like that in-class instruction? Do you like to figure out things on your own? I like the instruction. And then I take what I learn and go do it. Ali wants to know, was it mostly busy work in your MFA?
What does that mean? As in like too much work?
Or just like work that isn't really that important? They're more just asking you to work for the sake of working.
Oh my God. You're asking the wrong person. I have so many opinions about everything.
Okay. Well, that's good actually.
So now that I've gone through all the classes, I feel like at least 30% of them could easily be cut out. And a couple more could be replaced with other things. Like yesterday I was mentioning that they don't teach you anything about the process of printing.
Yeah.
Which is very weird to me, you know?
Yeah, like how do you learn then?
Yeah, exactly. Like I actually, the first time I started learning was on a job because I was put in a very lucky position where I had to talk to the printer.
Yeah.
And I was the only one doing this job, you know, so I had to learn. But for a lot of other designers, they don't know anything about this. So.
Right. It's a good tip. I think when I went to school, we had specific classes to specifically learn like InDesign and Illustrator and Photoshop, like a whole year of just learning the basics. But it wasn't specifically about like your specific major. So I learned a lot about like photo editing and Photoshop. And I'm like, but I'm an illustration major. And I didn't really get to nail down and drill down into what I wanted to do until I got an internship that was like in that realm. So I see what you mean. It might be a little too like broad. Some of the topics are totally missing. Fanny says you need practice, real-world projects, and need classes to find your own projects and style, and a moment to give yourself your own designs. Yeah, you need a lot. You gotta try it all.
So I was actually having this discussion yesterday with someone about how when you're trying to find a job, they ask you what your experience is, and they don't consider school as part of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of really strange because what we did in school was like real world projects and we put so much effort into them, and actually in the real world you'd be working with a team of people, but in school we had to do everything ourselves, you know, which is like more work than you would do in at work.
Yeah.
So I think they should actually consider that.
I think so too. And I think there are ways that you can phrase the projects that you do in school. Like if you have a portfolio, you don't necessarily need to say underscore like school project. You can more just say like I worked on this project with these people and like this was the team and this is what we did. You don't need to kind of, oh my gosh. Take a moment. What? That's the best cat picture I've ever seen. Oh my goodness.
That was really funny.
Wow, I forget what I was even talking about. It must not have been that important.
I think that's what I was hoping for when I picked this topic.
Yeah, good. Mohammed, is the challenge over? Is it still going? It's still going. Chat, do you want us to look at your work? Do you want us to critique your work? This is school, free school. Let's look at some of your work. So we're challenging you to make a poster alongside Alma while this work is being done. So check out the challenge tab over here. There's a template for you to use if you'd like to, and you could use Photoshop, Illustrator, or InDesign. All we're asking is that you use one of the new monotype fonts that's available on Typekit. There's over 600 from, I think, over 40 different font families. So actually we can look at my screen really quick. You can see some of the awesome fonts that you have to choose from. Really beautiful. Ooh, Den's in here. I like myself some Den. Den's a good one. So you can choose from so many of these fonts, make a poster, and you have until 4:30, so about an hour and 15 minutes to get it submitted. And this is the last stream of the day. So we're closing out with Alma, and then tomorrow we're going to be doing portfolio reviews. So if you'd like to actually work on a project, make sure you get it done before the stream's over. Cool, cool. Yeah, there's still one more challenge deadline today. Thanks, Val. And in about 15 minutes, we're going to be doing our chat and win, like I mentioned earlier. We are giving away an Illustrator sticker and an Illustrator lapel pen. It'll be one of yours before the day is through. Ta-da! There it is. It's going to be mine. I'm going to take it. Just kidding, one of you will get it. So in about 15 minutes, we will be telling you that the chat and win is beginning. You'll be active in chat. We'll ask you a question, you'll answer it, and you might win. Yadira wants to know, how did you align to the column grid? Did you just do that?
I just do this. Is this what
yeah.
she's asking?
Yadira, let us know. Is that what you meant? Jan Eric says, being creative as a job is terrifying to me, so therefore I only do this on a hobby basis. I don't think I would survive in a hectic work environment. There's something warm and fuzzy on just being a hobbyist. Totally agree. Do you ever feel like you can't be creative because it's your job? Or do you not enjoy it as much as you used to?
I think it's a little bit hard sometimes because you have to be creative in certain areas where you're just not interested in.
Totally.
Yeah. And it's like you have to make it work. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes you're having a bad day or you're tired or you just don't want to think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what's so hard.
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing to keep in mind is that maybe you have something that you're like super duper passionate about. Like I really love just like drawing and like digital painting, and that although I work in a creative space, the drawing and digital painting is like 5% of what I actually do. So I kind of get to keep that like as my real creative love and then just express myself creatively in other ways. So maybe keep that in mind. I know that after I graduated undergrad, I like did not want to draw ever again. I was so burnt out. Oh, okay, so you're centering it.
Can you tell that I'm changing my mind a lot?
Yeah. That's the beauty of InDesign. You're allowed to. Yeah, Jan Eric, that's true. He says that's the true mark of being a professional. You do your best even if you're having a bad day. Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to be responsible for what you're responsible for, even if you don't feel like it. I want more cat pictures. We need more.
Getting there.
Yeah, you're like, hold on. Hold your horses. Fanny says, burnout because of college is something no one expects, but it is so common after you finish it. Amen. Anyone else in chat ever experienced that creative burnout? Certainly have. Have you ever been burnt out from work? How do you come back from it? How do you get inspired again? You don't.
I guess you take a long vacation.
Yeah, you go to Norway?
Yeah. And you come back and you just have to do it again.
Definitely. Miguel says, I'm at work and experiencing burnout right now. Miguel, you got this. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a step away from your computer. Fanny, oh, let us all go to Norway. It fixes everything. George says that he's experienced burnout and he's an MFA as well. The struggle is weird. The struggle is real.
Real nice.
Real nice struggle. Yeah, and Eric says you go to Norway and you visit the kitten orphanage. It makes everything better. Ali says, I'm so burned out that my portfolio has not been updated since school. I feel you, Ali. I feel you. No shame. Aw, a good pup and a good cat. I love how you're just looking at pictures and laughing. Yeah, these are good. These are good JPEGs right here.
This was a bad idea. I'm getting distracted by the cuteness.
Oh no. All right, everyone. Favorite animal in chat. Go. Cat, dog, lemur, ocelot.
Llama.
Is that really your favorite? Oh, not an alpaca, specifically a llama.
Okay, both of them,
both.
I guess.
They're cousins. They both have the same aesthetic. Fanny says a fox is their favorite.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mike says cat. I'm with you, Mike. Cats are my favorite as well. Always have been. George says dogs forever. Constanza says koala. Aman, panda. Siobhan, pangolins are pretty awesome. They sure are. Red panda, trash panda, cat all the way. Adobe Live also likes trash pandas. Because he is just a raccoon. All he is a raccoon typing on a computer in the back of the room and like eating garbage. Yeah, Narek, he would never. Ooh, I like the blue. It was pink, now it's blue.
And I don't know why I did this.
Did what?
I cropped his eyes and now I feel bad about it.
Well, this is not a zine about doggos. Sorry about it.
Oh no.
I like that. It's
Look
kind
at him.
of subversive.
It's sad.
He's a very good boy.
Okay, fine. Let's go back to it.
Do it. Wait, Val, your mortal enemy is Adobe Live? You guys have met in person before. Did you fight? I like it. No dogs allowed. Afrosia says, I like dogs. They're pretty good. And we have 6 minutes until we're going to be doing our chat and win. I'm trying to think of a question we can ask the chat when it comes time to it. Has anyone in chat ever won one of the chat and wins? I know Hector has, I'm pretty sure. You won yesterday. Maybe? Oh, Paul, you entered the poster challenge. Yes. Amon's never won. Fanny, you won? Tim won? Fanny won this morning. Oh, sweet. Oh, Esther, yeah, you won the 3 posters by Robzilla and Jingwei and Christine Heron. Yeah, and Eric also did. Oh, Siobhan, you got the activity kits. Sweet. So we've had a lot of different, like, things that we've given away for the chat and win. Do you have favorite things that we've given away? Things that you would like to see return? I know socks are pretty popular. Welcome back, Eric. Lots of dogs going on here.
I know, but it's like an animosity kind of thing. So, so it's okay.
There's a lot of tension.
Yeah.
A lot of drama.
Do you see this one?
Oh my gosh. The one on the left looks like Frankenstein.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that's me. That's me too. Jamie says, I'm a lapel pin collector, so this current giveaway is the dream. Jamie, good luck. We give away the pins pretty often, so hopefully if you stick around, you have a good chance. Esther says that she needs an idea for her poster. What are we thinking?
Like a topic?
Yeah, like what should she design her poster about? If you could see any poster, what would you want it to be of?
Asking the wrong person.
Yeah, you're like, I'm thinking about other things over here, like cats. What do you think, chat? What should Esther design about? Maybe you can make a poster for Adobe Live for people who might not know what it is. Because contrary to popular belief, not everyone knows what Adobe Live is. Welcome back, Ashi. Jason says that he has a 20-pound Siamese cat. He's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like a bowling ball of a cat. Paintings. Yes, everyone. Aman, you want to do a poster about Adobe Live? Everyone can design one. Hang them up around your school, around your neighborhood. I would put that cat in a cat stroller. It would probably just fit in a baby stroller. Oh, yeah, and Eric, that's a good question. Is anybody watching from Kathmandu? That would be perfect. Or Los Gatos? I want to read these facts.
Can you see it?
Yes. Whoa. This is for Jason. It says over 55% of all household cats in the US are overweight, but only 9% of their owners know it. Jason. This is an intervention just for you and your 20-pound cat. Anybody know like the average weight, the healthy weight for a cat?
I feel like I know that because I probably read it here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Is it in the info? I feel like it's around like 8 to 12 pounds. Google?
Yeah. Good idea.
That's what I'm here for. Most domestic cats should weigh about 10 pounds, between 8 and 12.
You were right.
A Siamese cat may weigh as few as 5 pounds, Jason. Oh no. Called out and exposed. It's okay, Jason. We love your big cat.
Send me a picture of it.
Yeah. Alma Kamal at yahoo.com. Yes, it's almost time for the cat and win. Nice Voodoo Val, we are giving away a cat. Jason's 20-pound cat. We're giving it away to an owner that will feed it correctly. But really, it is time for the chat and win, and we are actually giving away this awesome lapel pin and Illustrator sticker. Bada bing, bada boom. Who knows? So we're going to play a short video, and when we come back, make sure to be active in chat. We're going to ask you, what should we ask them? Blank stare.
I'm out of ideas today. What's going on?
What's your favorite planet? That's the question. Tell us your favorite planet.
No, that's a little bit hard. How many
There's
planets
only
do you
9
know?
of them.
Oh, yeah. That we know of.
That's true. All right, time for the chat and win. Welcome back. Let us know your favorite planets, or just ask a question of Alma. We got a professional on our hands, editorial professional, so please ask all your design questions. And if you ask a question in chat, you will be entered to win the chat and win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. True. A lot of people are saying Pluto. I support Pluto. Earth, probably the best planet.
What are you basing this on?
Yeah, why do you like these things? Saturn, Neptune, Mars. Paul wants to know your favorite planet.
Mine? I didn't even know there were 8, 9. What did you say?
I mean, it's 8 or 9.
Yeah.
There's Mercury, Venus, Mars, Earth. My very educated mother. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto. Did I miss any? Oh, Pluto's a planet again. Good to know. Yay, we have a winner! Would you like to read the name? Oh, kind of.
Garrett Jones.
Congratulations, Garrett. You are the winner of the chat and win. Garrett, what was your favorite planet? I missed it. He says, whoa, congrats. It must have been a good planet that you wrote. Woots. So Adobe Live will be messaging you in your Behance messages, so keep an eye out for that. And if you did not win any challenges today, no worries. We're coming back tomorrow with 4 more opportunities. And I think the giveaway might be socks. So stick around for that. Cool. And that means we have about an hour before our deadline for the challenges hits. I'm going to see if we have any submissions yet. So when I was streaming with Martha, we had over 15 submissions. It was a challenge. So for this stream, since maybe you guys are a little tired, it's the end of the day, I'm gonna say I wanna see at least 7 submissions. And we have 2 so far. So we have one from Paul, and we have one from Jacob. We need 5 more. And by the end of the day, after 5 p.m., we're going to be choosing a winner for the challenge, and one of you will be going home with a free year of Creative Cloud. Eric, you have about an hour left. About 56-ish minutes. I just love that yellow background.
I know, right?
The yellow and the red, and also the pink and the red. Classic.
I think I'm gonna drop the other 2 colors. I really like the red and the yellow as well, and probably the pink.
Cool.
So I'm gonna make all the type red.
Sweet, I like that. And then you're gonna drop the dark blue and
The light blue.
light blue. Cool.
Would not recommend this for bigger files though, because red is not really easy to use. To read.
True.
Like it's hard on the eye, so
Yeah.
since it's a zine, it's fine.
Yeah, it's kind of fun when it's kind of difficult or interesting. It's kind of in the spirit of a zine. Whoa, Jan Erik. Planet facts with Jan Erik. Jupiter's red spot is bigger than Earth and the Moon combined. Whoa. Yeah, and Eric, I'm going to need you to prove that with science. Do we have any scientists in the chat? You could say you are, and I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the difference. The cat in the middle is amazing.
This one?
Yeah, just hanging out.
This one's my favorite.
The bottom one?
Yeah, the fat one.
Oh, you mean Jason's cat. Patricia, you want my mom to post a picture of me as a little girl? Why?
So random.
I pretty much look like me. Take off 20 years, and it's pretty much me as a little girl. You can see a picture of Alma as a little babe on the website.
I also looked exactly the same.
Seriously, okay. We're gonna look at this.
Good diversion skills.
Yeah, right? Like, let's look at you instead. So this is Alma's website. And I looked at this before we met in person. And I was like, I wonder who this child is. Like, what's the story here? And then we met and I was like, oh, it you. It Alma for sure.
I see it now.
Yeah, the eyes. I was like, whoa. Takes me back. Anybody have any cool childhood photos? Like ridiculous ones? Give me your best childhood stories. I'd love to hear them. Bye, Jason. Sorry we made fun of your cat so much. You asked for it.
Did he leave because we made fun of him?
I don't know. He said quitting time. Enjoy. So I don't think he's upset. He knows it's all in jest. Oh, Voodoo Val, you have some funny stories? Tell us. I wonder if that dog and that cat are secretly in love. They kind of seem like it, right? With their body language.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, Jan Eric, your avatar is your childhood photo of the late 70s. If you zoom in real close, you can see Jan Eric.
Should we put the yellow background over here?
Let's try it. Why not? Ooh. I like it.
Okay.
Well, chat, what do you think? This is a collaborative effort. Do you like the yellow background?
Design tip for you guys.
Please.
So if you have anything in the masters and you want it to always be on top of whatever else you design, then you can cut it.
Oh.
Add a new layer. Paste in place.
Mm-hmm.
And now this layer is on top of everything. And when I go back, you will see that it's now on top of, like, if I put a background color,
Yeah.
it's gonna go on top of that.
Cool. So playing with layers in InDesign
Mm-hmm.
could be really helpful. Fanny says, loving the red. I agree.
I have a friend called Fanny.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is this Fanny your friend?
I don't know. Are you my friend, Fanny?
Friends now. What's up, James? He likes your design tip. Very helpful. Do you have any other design tips? I'm sure you do.
Let me know what you guys, like, any issues that you come across generally, and maybe that'll give me an idea.
Totally.
Another thing is, if you ever, like, you're in the middle of a document and you suddenly want to change your margins again, or the size of the document, it's Alt-Command-P. That gives you the document setups, and you can change the size, you can change the bleed.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing for people who don't know this, the difference between a bleed and a slug is the bleed prints, the slug doesn't. The slug is actually, it works just like the bleed, but it's a space for people to put notes in. So for example, if I'm sharing this document with an editor or another designer, I can write some notes and put them in the slug area for them when they're opening their document.
Oh, I always wondered. Never knew. All right, Chad, what other questions do you have when it comes to laying out type, InDesign in general? Please ask. Siobhan says, too much text to fit in, not enough budget for more pages. That's his biggest challenge. Is it the person that's hiring you? Is that the person giving you that copy? And then they're not giving you the money to get it printed?
Well, if you're always having that problem, don't be scared to go smaller on the type, especially if it's a really good typeface. Then it would be most probably like legible at small points. So sometimes like my body copy is like a 6.5, 7. I think like something that I see with other designers is that they're kind of afraid to go really small or really big. But don't be afraid to just experiment, and you can always like print out different versions and see if it's readable, and then you can just go with it.
Yeah, totally. He says that it's mostly when he has to put biographies in like a program for an event. So people probably have really long biographies and it doesn't fit nicely in a column. That's tough. Yeah, I think going down in the type size is a good tip.
And your editor should be able to kind of cut down some of the information.
Totally. Yeah, that's something that, like, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. You don't just get to say whatever you want in a biography, I guess. Christian wants to know, how do you make the type go above and under images? So, like, the placement of...
So there is something here called... Okay, so if you right-click on anything, whether it's type or image, you will have arrange, and you can bring it to front, send it to back, backward, forward, or the shortcut is, I think it's Shift Command and then the brackets.
Yep.
For forward and backward.
Yep. So if you want to bring something closer to you, it'd be a Shift Command right bracket. If you want to send it further away from you, Shift Command left bracket. So backwards and forwards.
So it's simply like an arrangement trick.
Yeah, I think something that's really important to keep in mind when working in programs that have layers is like think about your workspace as an actual like table and with like pieces of paper layered on top of each other. Like how would they lay out in that way? MJ wants to know, what is the best readable font size? Is there like a perfect size that people like?
That depends on the typeface itself. It's completely different for each typeface. But generally, with serifs, you can go a little bit smaller without, without like ruining the legibility issue, because serif is easier to read at smaller sizes.
Yeah, that's kind of why it exists, or that it's very easy to read.
Oh, and another trick for you guys. So over here, I have 2 different styles of copy. So for example, if I want to copy this copy and paste it over here, but I want to paste it in this style, then I can Command C and then Command A to select all of this, and then Shift Command V.
Okay.
So that you can place it without changing the style.
Oh, wow. So instead of just doing Command V, which would be paste in place, Shift Command V, so it keeps the style of the original text.
Because if you do simply copy and paste, it would paste it in the...
Yeah, because you're copying everything. You're copying the style and the formatting. Cool. Greetings, Victor. Thanks for hanging out. MJ, I think we'll be able to help you with this. Any types for making paging or pagination easier? I put the numbers and pages in manually. So that would be like in your master pages.
Oh yeah, definitely, in your master pages. So you would just draw a text box and then go type, special characters, markers, current page number, and then it'll give you this A, which means it's the style of how the pagination would be.
It's like a variable.
Yeah, and then you can just change it to whatever you want. You want to make it, let's say I want to make it a book, which is thinner, and like maybe a little bit smaller, just to show you guys. And now when you go into your document, it's over here.
It's just right in the middle because it's a zine. Cool. So MJ, hopefully that helps. Oh, that's a great question. Constanza wants to know, how do you avoid losing color brightness when you save your PDF for printing? So how do you keep colors true to their original state when printing?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I think, oh, go ahead.
I think it actually really makes a difference whether you print the PDF through InDesign or Acrobat.
Totally.
That's one thing to consider.
Yeah, there's all kinds of variables, so you have to think about even the printer that you're using, what profiles you're using, what kind of color profiles, if it's RGB and CMYK, what settings you're exporting your PDF at. So it's really important to know exactly what those things are, or to try out a bunch of different ones. And when you get the result that you like, remember it. CMYK, 300 DPI. Yep, that should be good for printing. You're right, Jan-Erik, color profiling can quickly become pretty complicated, and if you don't know anything about it, it's kind of just gibberish.
And to be honest, whenever I'm printing at home, I always print RGB.
Is that for a reason? Just
because I noticed that when I keep it RGB, the colors are so much nicer and brighter. So I never print CMYK.
Yeah, if you don't have like CMYK inks, like specifically, it might not look so good. Or like one of those printers that has like the many different colors of ink. But you have that, don't you?
I have that, yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know.
Anyone in chat know why that would be? Esther, what size should the poster be? It can be any size you want. A good place to start might be 11 by 17, tabloid sized. Do you have a poster size that's like a good recommendation?
An A3, which I think is 13 by 19.
Perfect. Yeah, there should be presets in either InDesign or Illustrator or Photoshop. When you click New Document, at the top you can click the different tabs that say Print, Web, etc., etc. And if you do the print ones, and you said A3, click A3 and it should make one for you. Jan-Erik says, I think the most common consumer photo printers use RGB for printing, like Epson's. There you go. Thanks, Jan-Erik. Oh, MJ, you've struggled with color profiling before. Gotcha. Melissa wants to know, what kind of printer do you recommend?
The only one I've used was Artisan 1340. Epson, that's an Epson. My friends have used, I think, 3880, and that's a really nice one as well, but it uses more ink cartridges, so it's going to cost you a lot more money.
Yeah, ink is expensive.
I think I spent on ink and paper as much as I spent on tuition.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous amount of money.
Whoa. That's something that a lot of people don't think about for like art school or design school. Is the materials. It's like worse than textbooks.
Yeah, it was easily like a few grand.
Yep. Yikes.
So that's something to think about.
Yeah, Voodoo Val's like, what? It's crazy. Yeah, I think unless you're buying like law textbooks or medical books, it's probably more expensive to buy art supplies. Tax write-offs, says Melissa. Nice.
And it was actually really sad to see because we would see these web design students who literally did not have to pay for anything, buy anything.
And you're like, Yeah, luckily after I think my sophomore year, we didn't have to print out anything. So that was awesome. We could just do digital critiquing. But freshman and sophomore year, oh yeah, had to do all the matting, all the printing. But I definitely didn't have to print out any like books, graphic design kind of things.
I think for us, we printed till the very end.
Wow. Siobhan says, I love to buy paper. What's your favorite brand? Do you like Mohawk? We were talking about that yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of good papers. All right, Fanny. Say they have to go to an event. They'll rewatch later. Cool. We're excited to see your submission, and hopefully you'll watch the replay, like you said, to get our feedback. Esther says, I have to print 3 posters that are 24 by 36 inches. It's expensive. Yeah, if you have to use a roll printer, oh my gosh, especially if you go somewhere commercial to print it out. Yikes.
If you're a student, it's definitely worth buying your own printer.
Or you're like using student labs, might be cheaper too, but I'm sure buying your own printer. Man, I'm having like flashbacks to using the printing labs at school, early in the morning, nothing's printing out right. Voodoo Val says, I lucked out by choosing to go to the University of YouTube before later transferring to ALU, Adobe Live University. We have our guest lecturer in today, Alma. I'm your tenured professor, Dr. Illustrated. Oh no, she worked at the Mac lab but still had to pay for printing. That stinks.
Oh my god.
No discounts? Paul says, I just did a zine style workbook for my friend's bachelorette party. Amazing idea. Did it all in black ink to save money and added a pop of color with red highlighter. That's so cool. So a little manual labor saved you some money. Paul, that's amazing. I love that idea. That'd be really cool to get like a wedding invite that's a zine style wedding invites.
That's amazing.
Should make those. People would pay good money. You're gonna add it to your portfolio soon? Awesome, Paul. Can't wait to see it. When you do, and you come back to Adobe Live, let us know. What's up, Mohammed? Welcome. We've got Alma Kamal with us, hanging out for the last stream of the day, working on the cat zine. So many good, glossy JPEGs of good cats. We have about 36 minutes until our challenge deadline hits. So our challenge today is to make a poster design using Illustrator, InDesign, or Photoshop. And all we're asking is that you use one of the over 600 new monotype fonts that is available through Typekit if you have a CC subscription. So check those out. They're beautiful and super helpful. There's also some new stuff coming to InDesign and Illustrator soon, including over 9,000 fonts that will be available within the apps. As soon as you download them, they'll be there in your drop-down menu, over 9,000. Very wild. That will be coming soon. Oh my gosh.
Did you see the arms?
Yeah. Wait, the human arms or the cat arms?
No, the cat arms.
Like, they both look kind of strange. Mohammed, how can we ensure consistency over a layout? I think paragraph styles will definitely come in handy for that.
What you can also do is, and that of course depends on what kind of thing you're designing, is maybe like design a couple of different layouts, and you can keep repeating those throughout the book. But again, that depends on what kind of content that you're working with. If it's a traditional kind of book, then there would probably be a lot of repetition. If it's a catalog, like a picture...
A catalog? Continue.
Catalog. Then that could be what I said earlier, is to do a few different variations and just keep switching those out.
There you go. Hope that answers your question, Mohammed. Let us know if it didn't, and if you all have any more questions related to school or printing or design or just the industry in general, please send them over. Because Alma has kind of been all over the place and has a lot of different experiences to talk about. I'm assuming. I'm kind of speaking for you.
I feel like I'm so cool, you know?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, very worldly.
Mm-hmm. I've been to a lot of places.
Do you have a favorite place?
Hawaii.
Ooh, which island?
All of it. Any
All
of
of
it.
it?
Yeah.
Cool. So what did you like about it?
I think the slowness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the fact that when I was there, for some weird reason, my OCD dropped like to almost like 0.
Yeah.
And I would just like walk around barefoot, and I didn't care about anything.
Wow, it like was contagious. You just couldn't help but live the island life.
I know.
Oh, you should live there.
I want to.
Yeah? Maybe after your fellowship?
I need a green card first.
Oh, that's interesting. Didn't think about that. Is that a possibility?
Hopefully.
Yeah? Come on, US, make it happen. Ali says, write me a recommendation letter, please. No can do, Ali. I wish. Yeah, I've never been to Hawaii, but I've heard it's amazing. Should I go?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. Let's go right now. Someday, maybe we'll do Adobe Live from Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
That would be cool. From the beach. What's up, Cassandra? Thanks for hanging out. Chat, what are your favorite places to visit, to work at, to work from? Maybe it's a coffee shop or your own home office. Oh, where'd that guy come from?
Which one, this guy?
Yeah.
I've been working on him for a while.
Oh my gosh. Oh me, oh my. Mel says Scotland is her favorite. Ooh, Mel, what do you like about it? What makes it magical? MJ says, I'd love to go to Japan. Me too, MJ.
Me too.
It's on the bucket list for sure. Ali says, I'll be watching Adobe Live when I move back home. I'm from an island called Saipan, or Saipan. Cool, Ali. You'll have to let us know how beautiful it is.
Where is that?
Yeah, where's that? Tell us more about it. Ashi would also like to go to Japan. Voodoo Val, Fort Bragg in Charleston, Oregon. Great fishing. Fort Bragg, like the one in California? We've been there. By the Sea Glass Beach. Super beautiful. Mel says the best thing about Scotland is the lovely view, amazing sky, nice people. I believe it.
Scotland.
It's cool. Oh, we're breaking out the accents. Let's keep it going. It's that part of the day.
Oh, I love accents.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
Do you like doing them or do you like
I love
hearing
doing them.
What's your favorite accent?
Indian.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it comes naturally because I have a lot of Indian friends.
Oh, okay. Cool. Wow, anybody else an accent connoisseur? Cipriano says accents rule. Agreed. I'm from that part of the country that does not have an accent, at least to other Americans. Accentless. People are loving your Scottish accent. Ali says Saipan is 2 islands above Guam. Cool.
That sounds Vietnamese. Am I right?
Like over in that area of the world?
Mm-hmm.
Jan Eric says, you have an American accent. I do. Sure do. We have a creative resident here at Adobe who's from Germany, and she talks about British and American accents and how they sound to her. And she said British accents sound like pop, 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 pop. And American accents sound like, what did they sound like, Gus? Wow, 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 wow. I was like, thank you. So sweet.
Thank you.
Wow. And she actually thought Gus had a non-American accent when she first heard him talk, which is really funny. He's pretty all-American. Angelica says the Russian accent is very strong. It's a strong accent.
Da.
Das, yes. Apparently I don't wah 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 enough. Pop, 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 pop. Ali says Saipan is southwest of Japan, west of the Philippines, in the Pacific Ocean. Cool. I can pinpoint that. I'm triangulating in my head. Ooh, I see it. I see it in my mind's eye.
I see the light.
Kevin says, I have a Yorkshire accent. Cool. I don't know the difference between the UK accents. Jan Eric says, the Norwegian English accent is very ugly. Do not recommend. I don't believe that. Ooh, Adobe Live with the hard-hitting questions. Do cats have accents?
Yes.
Apparently, yes, they do. I mean, cats definitely sound different. Some of them sound like humans crying. Ashi says, I have a strange accent. It's a mix of different accents. What's your mix? What have you learned from? Gus needs more pop-pop in his life. I agree, Chris. There are so many accents in America or the States. Southern, Deep South, Cajun, Northern, New York, Boston, Midwest, Texan, Appalachian. All over the place. Which part of the world has the best cats? Jacob, great question. What do we think? I'm going to say that I don't know. They're all good. Holly thinks Persia has the best cats. That would make sense. The Persian cats. Jan Eric says, to me, the Alabama, Texas accents sound like bibdy-dilly-doo, Billy. Bibdy-dilly-doo. I can't even say it out loud. That's crazy, Jan Eric. As an American, I am not offended.
I think Trevor Noah made that joke once. He was like, "What do I mean? No."
Oh yeah,
And it sounded like they're singing.
Yeah, like the oh, what is it? When you have an auction and the auctioneer is doing that. People are so strange. Janet, who has not said anything yet in chat, says, our cat sounds like a pterodactyl. Janet, how do you know? How can you prove this? Angelica says, Istanbul is a city of cats. We have a whole movie about them. Well, then there you go. Istanbul has the best cats. Good morning, Janet, from Australia. Ali says the best part about traveling to the south is the mid-flight accent change. Everyone sounds Midwestern until you reach the border of Texas. Ali, is that true? I don't know about that. Jan Eric, it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Get it right. So what are we doing now? We're adding some boxes, some lines?
Yeah, I'm just going over what I already did, and I'm re-looking at it.
Cool. Walk us through it. What are you looking for? What are you changing?
So I was not happy with the text size. And usually what I do if I'm working at home, I would just do test sheets and like print out so many different typeface combinations. And once I've decided on 2 typefaces, then I would print out like different size combinations.
Yeah.
And see which one like looks good and easily readable. And then I design with that. So now I had to do it on the screen, and then I was looking at it and I wasn't really happy with the way it looked, so I was going back and changing a little bit. And my titles were all in caps.
Oh, yeah.
So in some of the spread, they looked a little bit aggressive.
Right.
Or too loud. So
Aggressive
I was like,
cat scene.
yeah. I was like, nah, I'm going to change that.
And then it's aggressive again. Cats and paintings.
That, I don't know, visually I like the way it looks. I was like, I'm going to leave it.
It's very serious. I like it.
And was just trying to do things that are a little bit out of the ordinary, since it's a zine, and zines are expected to be more different, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit ironic, fun.
Yeah, and so I was here, I wanted to see what it would look like with the boxes, because we talked about adding boxes in the beginning, so it would look like the internet.
Oh, I forgot about that, yeah. Oh my gosh.
And that's it for now, I guess.
That picture with the cat in the fishbowl and the other cat, this looks like a hole in the wall that cat is like looking through. It's like, here's Johnny.
Oh my god, I can't unsee that right now.
It's kind of terrifying.
Should I get rid of it?
No, keep it. It should be weird. That's awesome. Chris says that he loves the jazz music. Do you hear jazz music? Because we don't hear anything. Jan Eric says, do you ever notice that all U.S. speakers begin every sentence with even in TED Talks? Oh no, Jan Eric. That is not good public speaking. Every American knows that. They must not have been coached very well. Oh, okay, some more of the internet boxes. And what do you feel like the target audience for this scene is?
Probably not designers.
No, why not?
I would say.
Because they'd be too picky?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe they would appreciate the breaking of the rules, though. Maybe not.
Maybe it's not enough of a breaking the rules.
Oh, it's like doesn't look intentional enough. Intentional breaking.
Maybe, or maybe it looks a little bit too random. I don't know, what do you think?
Chat, what do we think? How do we feel about the broken design rules? If it looks random, good? MJ says, I love how we're breaking the rules. Cool. That's working. Oh, Ali says, is a buffer word. Like every language has one. Gotcha. What is the buffer word in your language besides English? In Japanese, it might be like, no. It's more like, Victor says, I like it. It's working. Chris says, for print, I'll allow it. I'll allow the breaking of the rules. Thank you, Chris. Ali says, is the buffer word in his language. Cool. I like that.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like it's straight out of the internet, but it has that kind of nuance to it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what would happen if we add a little bit more red.
Cool. What if there was like a scroll bar on the side of one of them? You know how on a web page there's like the bar on the side?
What does
That could
the
be
bar
it.
look like?
This one isn't like the classic bar, but it's just like a rectangle with another rectangle within it.
Okay, I see.
Let's see how it works. What do you think, chat? Do you like this idea? Adding a scroll bar?
Sounds like a squirrel bar.
A squirrel bar? Scroll bar?
We can introduce cats to squirrels.
Would they be friends? Enemies?
Let us know.
Lovers? Yeah, let us know. We're really asking these hard-hitting questions here on Adobe Live. MJ says, I love it. Sometimes you have to make your own style in art that starts in breaking rules and making your own. True, MJ, true.
This looks scroll bar-y enough, right?
Totally. Paul says, I would love to see a 90s style Netscape scroll bar. Let me Google some inspo. Netscape scroll bar. Squirrel bar. Okay, so like this kind of look. Ooh. A little bit of gradient action, some embossing. But you have the picture, kind of just the rectangle in the side. And maybe it could almost act as like a progress.
Oh yeah.
So at the start, it would be more at the top and keep moving down.
Perfect. Good idea.
That's what I'm here for, Alma.
So we cut it.
And X.
We place in
The master.
paste in place on the
Okay.
master.
And then can you change that bar for each different spread? How do you do it? I'm too excited. I can't contain it.
So actually, that's a good question because maybe some people might not know that when you want to change something that's on the master on a certain spread, you can't just click on it. You have to kind of unlock it,
Okay.
and you unlock it by Shift Command, and then you click on it.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's like when you do the group selection in Illustrator, you can direct select from the group. I see.
But once you do that, then it's detached from the master now, so that whatever you do on the master, this will not be there anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It will not be changed anymore. I see. Paul says a new plugin for Google Chrome, Squirrel Bar. What does it do? Does it make your scroll bar into a squirrel?
Or maybe it turns the bars into squirrels.
Yeah. Or like an acorn. Little acorn cursor.
Oh, that's cute.
Cipriano says, great details. I think so too. Yes. It's coming to life before our eyes.
So what I'm doing is I'm copying it from the spread before, pasting it in place, and then like kind of shifting it a little bit.
Yeah, just down a little.
It's not super accurate, but
It's a zine.
Yeah, we can make it as accurate as we want.
Cool. We have about 16 minutes left until we're going to be looking at your poster submissions, chat. And at the beginning, I challenged you to make 7 submissions. And I have 8 so far. So we are blowing the expectations out of the water, but keep them coming. This is the last stream of the day. So give us a lot of projects to look through in about 15, 16 minutes. Chris says that dog is too sad.
This dog, I know, right? I don't know, maybe I should cut him out.
Get out of here, sad dog. You have no place here.
You're ruining my zine.
Yep. With your puppy dog eyes.
This is a happy zine.
Full of cats on beds, taking naps.
Judging you with their big eyes.
Yeah, doing that too, for sure. Oh, I like the layering.
You do?
Especially that green on top of that lighter image. I think it works well.
So what happened here is the things on the master didn't appear because I placed the images in the same layer.
Yep.
So I will cut them and paste in place in the layer below.
Magic. Oh. Chris says, even though you can't see the dog anymore, it's even sadder now.
Oh, come
Because you
on.
deleted it. It's so unwanted. Sorry, dog. It's awesome. In chat, I'm wondering if you could make a zine right meow, what would it be about? Another cat zine? There needs to be an Adobe Live zine. That'd be hilarious. With like trading cards of each of the guests and hosts.
Can you believe that I'm almost done with the zine?
We're gonna need to add more spreads tomorrow.
I know, right?
Or do a second one.
Maybe we can use your puns on cats to add it to the zine. I think that would be really cool.
Totally. Okay, cool. So chat. Remind us of the puns that you have about cats. I will save them and we can add them to the zine. Adobe Live. That's a bit of a mouthful, Jan Eric. Mike would want to make a zine about donuts. Sounds delicious. I'm gonna get my notes ready to write down all of your puns. Voodoo would make a horror zine with all of the illustrations. Cool. Your illustrations would fit very well into that Val. Afroja, still here for you. Afroja, give us some cat puns. We need some.
I'm gonna add 4 more pages.
Perf.
And so the thing with this zine is because of the way it's printed, you have to add or subtract 4 pages at a time.
Okay.
Because like I said, they print on a spread, so it's like a spread and a spread.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, for example, only add 2 pages, then it's not gonna print properly because the file will add 2 blank pages to fix the equation.
Totally. And they'll just pop up in the middle of it. Jan Eric, I totally remember the cute cat from Final Fantasy VII. One of my faves. It was the cat that was on the back of the monster. Jan Eric, do you not see the Moogle that I have right here? Trying to bring up Final Fantasy, acting like I don't remember Kate Sith. Who do you think I am? Enough of that. People seem like they're pretty dry out of the cat puns. Not really getting any in chat. Come on, chat. Don't do us like this. You got it, Jan Eric. Kupo for life. Maybe we could also like highlight those facts, or I don't know, bring some more out to show how important they are.
Yeah, sure.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Puns.
We haven't actually worked on hierarchy much,
Mm-mm.
as in like within the type. So
Yeah.
we can definitely do that.
Cool. Or even call outs. Very important. It's a catastrophe that no one has any good cat puns. There you go, Esther. You're starting the ball rolling. Love it. I'm just going to start writing catastrophe. We had catalog. Cat. See you later, MJ. Thanks for hanging out. So when you say adding hierarchy, what does that mean to you?
So a subtitle within a title.
Yeah.
So for example, a title and then a subtitle and then text and then within the text maybe other stuff.
Gotcha. So like the order in which you see the information, digest it.
So here, for example,
That's a good pun, Siobhan. Write it down.
Let's see.
Mama Kirker in the house again. What's up, Mom? Thanks for hanging out with us. Everyone say hello to my mom. Be nice. Mom, we are trying to think of some cat puns right now. Do you have any? Cat jokes are good too.
So for example, this is the first paragraph in an article, and I want to highlight it in a way I want to make it bigger.
Right. Whoa. Y'all are so nice. Appreciate it. So many categories. Good one, Esther. Yes. So there's lots of different ways that you can kind of show hierarchy. So there's size.
There's size, there's different weights, there's placement. So for example, if I put something over here and then the next thing I put is over here, then automatically I'm gonna see first the thing that's isolated.
Right.
Even if they're both like the same size and everything.
Right.
There's color, ornaments like lines, boxes, whatever.
Right. And it's important to kind of pare down what you're going to use. So using a different color here, but then bolding the next section and then increasing the size in the next one can be kind of confusing because they're all shouting kind of at the same level, but in different voices. So there's all of these things to think about when you're building your system. Oh my gosh, Jan Erik, perfect. What are these puns for again? I must pause to think. Love it. Entered. Ooh, Kevin, nice. I've got a good feline about this magazine. Nice, Mom. Are you kidding me right now? I'm not kidding you right now. Are you kidding me right? Meow. Let's take it to the next level. Is this a zine or a catalog? What did we name it?
Copycat?
Copycat. But catalog was in the running. Chat, we've got about 6.5 minutes. So please, if you are working on your submissions, this is the final deadline of the day. So there will not be any further reviews after this. So even if you're not done, when it gets closer to the deadline, please upload it so we can see your work in progress. Tomorrow's challenge will be totally different. Actually, it'll be portfolio reviews. So make sure you get your poster uploaded and sent in so that Alma and I can give some feedback. And then tomorrow, if you are new and are not sure about the portfolio reviews, we choose 1 to 2 portfolios per segment of yours to review at the end of the segment. So it'll probably be something editorial design related. So if you have a portfolio like that, get it updated today, get it sent over tomorrow, and we might review it live on stream.
I just thought of one.
What is it?
I'll meow and I.
I'll meow. How could you keep this from me? I'll meow. And Kathleen. That's us. 2 cats in a pod. That's a great fact, Angelica. A real cat helps his owner to stay healthy, encouraging him to move around the house at all times and to bend down to collect pencils, candy wrappers, socks, etc. All those things that cats are just pushing off your table, they're just trying to help you be active. Ooh, Jan Erik, please upload it on Muhance.
Muhance.
What's up, David? Thanks for hanging out. Ashi says, I can't think of any puns. Ah, double. So many layers. Cool, so you're adding hierarchy by changing the weight of the title.
So there are a few options of how to highlight the beginning of each paragraph. You can either use space after, which is literally a space in between two paragraphs, or you can highlight the first word of the paragraph or the half the sentence, or like the whole line, or you can indent, you can outdent, or you can change the font, so maybe make it italic. So these are some of the ways you can do that.
Cool. Although we mentioned yesterday that italics can be kind of confusing unless it's actually like a book title, etc.
Yeah. So don't do it.
Yeah, maybe don't do it unless you're breaking the rules on purpose. Garrett says, the tail end of this live stream is filled with puns. The tail end. Oh my gosh, Jan Eric. For me, there's a mute button right next to the pause button. Anyone else? It's perfect. The perfect cat joke, Jan Eric. Oh, me. Totally.
Hey, it's me again.
Hey, how'd you know? Where'd you get all these pictures? Who emailed you these pictures?
Your mom did.
Oh, Mom, did you do it? I trusted you. With my headshots.
Yeah, you do look pretty upset.
I am. Like, Mom, get out of my room. Trying to take a nap. Got 2.5 minutes left, so this is the perfect time, chat, if you are working on your challenge, to get it exported and uploaded. Go, go, go. Time to panic. My mom says, blew my cover. How could you? Exposed. Janet is wondering, do you have to have a Behance account to take part in the challenges? I believe you need a link, but it looks like you have a Behance account if you're chatting with us, Janet. So there you go. Oh.
Do you see it?
Aww.
I know.
So cute. Oh, Siobhan watched the Halle Berry Catwoman movie on the plane. It wasn't a complete catastrophe. Good.
Nah, you can't use that again. We've used it before.
Oh, have we? Okay. Oh, yeah, catastrophe. I actually don't think I've ever seen that movie. Jan Eric. For a noob like him, InDesign quickly turns into I'm resigning from this position. It's awesome. Aw, puppy and kitten. The best of friends. Until they're not.
The bestest.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. That's kind of scary. I like it. Oh, no?
No.
It's like a nice contradiction to the cute cat pictures. And then
true.
very spooky.
It's so hard to read on a black background, though.
It is.
Especially if you knock out the type.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So the movie was just mediocre. There you go. You saved the joke. I like that we took out the blue from the color palette.
I know, me too.
Mm-hmm. Lori Lou? Who is this Lori Lou? You're like, I don't know.
Ooh,
A little bit of hierarchy there.
I know. Should we keep it?
I like it, but I want to know who Lori Lou is. Oh, she wrote the article. Yeah. Okay, I was just like, why are you writing this random name? The spirit of Lori Lou has come into the studio.
Hello, my name is Lori.
Whoa. The spirit of Lori Lou has come into Alma. Is speaking. Lori speaking. Oh, our timer has just hit the deadline, so I hope all of you got your challenge submissions submitted in time. I'm going to refresh the page, then we can wrap up what we're working on and then look at some challenge entries. Let me refresh. Everybody get your challenges in time? Let me know. Oh, there are quite a few. Awesome. So we have about 20 minutes and we'll have a good chunk of time to look at all of these. So this is the first one from Jacob. We are all witnesses. JCC Levine. I like this little pop of color. Right there. What do you think about this as a poster design? Does it work?
I don't think this is a poster.
Why not? Just because it's horizontal?
No, because it's an image, and with like a very short sentence, and so I don't think it has like enough elements for it to be like a poster. You know what I mean?
Like not super highly designed with a lot of type in it. But if it were just a very simple, almost like one of those motivational posters that you would see that's just a photograph and like a short phrase.
In that case, if you want something to be so minimal, I think you have to pick, for example, an image that's so compelling that it doesn't really need any words.
And this isn't compelling?
I don't think so.
Cool. Whose submission was this? Jacob? If you're in the chat, let us know the story behind this. Oh, have you not seen the LeBron James poster? So this is kind of like a spoof of it. Wrong audience, Jacob. It's a parody from the Nike ad. Cool. I could see that. So you are just kind of translating it into maybe your JCC basketball team? Yeah, I think it's compelling as well. It just as a graphic shape with the horizontal and the vertical kind of leading up to the phrase. It's like a sports poster. Originally Michael Jordan. Oh my gosh, it's been transposed 3 times. Michael Jordan to LeBron James to whoever this tattooed young man is.
Maybe it's Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob, is this you? Cool tats. Nice. I'm wondering if this is the actual font that's used in the poster. I guess I can't really speak on it because I've never seen it, but maybe something a little more like impactful with the font, more slabby, sans serif maybe, heavier weight. Might be cool. Nice job. All right, this is by Paul. Killing it all day, every day. Working out in the gym.
So for example, like this poster is a little bit easier to translate than the one before, because the one before I didn't really know what it was supposed to, like what the message was.
Right, and I think maybe that's because we haven't seen the original context.
Yeah, and that's something to always think about, like who's
That's
your
true.
audience, who do you want to understand this message.
Yeah. It looks like we lost the chat, so maybe we can get the chat back up so we can see the feedback. But what do you think about this typeface compared to this one? Do you think they work together?
I think there's not much of a relationship between them. So I would definitely push the type harder. And also hierarchy, again.
Okay, so how would we fix it? How would we push it harder or fix the hierarchy?
So first you decide. Thank you. You decide which part of this message is more important, or maybe all of it is important. You know, so you put it together in one sentence, and then all day, every day. So every day kind of looks like a shadow, but it's not.
Oh yeah, especially because it's repetitive right here.
Yeah. So I would, if I make a decision, then maybe push it a little harder to make it obvious that it's a conscious decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of different things happening here. Like the more you look, the more you see. Like this person has used the gradient on the image as well as the text.
Yeah.
I think sometimes less is more. Like this is definitely good to remember. So I wouldn't use the gradient on everything in the poster, because then it's hard to see when it's everywhere.
Yeah. So out of these two typefaces, which one do you prefer for this specific imagery and vibe?
Definitely the one up.
This one? Yeah. A little more gym-esque.
Yeah, because this one's like very romantic, laid back.
Yeah. A little bit retro as well. Yeah. Cool. I think this definitely works better. Cool, but compelling image. We definitely know like what the idea is behind it. So, nice job, Paul. Let's move to Aman's. You've got mail. Cool. So Aman, if you are in the chat, let us know like where this poster would be. Would it be hanging up in a post office or in a mail room? Do you think that this phrase is easily readable compared to the rest of the illustration?
Yeah, it is. I would leave a little bit more space around it.
Around the words?
The words, yeah, because like for example, that small envelope is like too close to the word mail. The one at the
here,
bottom.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not touching, but it's kind of like creating this unnecessary tension.
Yeah. Yeah, I also see a couple tangents like here, it's right at the bottom of that M. Here, right at the bottom of the words. Just really thinking about every single aspect that goes into it.
And when designing a poster, it's really important to remember that you show it, don't say it.
Oh, okay.
But in this case, it's like you're showing it and saying it at the same time. So I think the idea of a poster is to make you think, to stimulate, to grab your attention or ask you a question. But in this case, it looks more like, I don't know, like I wouldn't say the purpose of this is posterish. What do you think?
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it's really sharing any kind of information. It does just feel more like maybe like a newsletter header or something like that. So
yeah,
I totally get that.
I definitely see it being used digitally, maybe in a like a brand email or something.
Yeah, so it definitely has a purpose, but just maybe not as a printed poster. Nice job, Aman. It is really nice illustration. Has a nice friendly vibe to it. This is by Fanny. Ooh, even a mock-up is included. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. So there's a couple, and I think this is Fanny's submission from earlier today, and this is a new one.
Cool.
I'll zoom in down here.
Definitely appreciate that you tried to push the typography. You tried to create hierarchy and used ornaments as well as an image.
Yeah.
It has a very it has character basically.
It does.
And I think it's very relevant to what you're trying to sell. So that's a good thing. And I really like the use of color. The color combination is very nice.
Yeah, seriously. Even just this little pop of green at the bottom, found in other places. And even, I know like this, I don't think this is a real jewelry line, but just this kind of triangular shape and this one mixed with the A here. There's just kind of like a repetition of shape character happening.
Yeah. I would say though it looks more like a magazine cover than a poster. I mean, and it's so realistic that like I keep seeing it in my head, you know?
Yeah. So
like
what about
when fashion magazine?
When we see it here in actual poster context, does it feel different? Does it feel more like a poster, or does it still look like a magazine?
I mean, my brain is reading it as a poster because it's in that
Yeah,
environment.
literally.
Yeah, but I think that it works better as a magazine cover, definitely.
Cool. But very well laid out, either way, in some sort of print medium. Good job, Fanny, and I don't think you're here anymore, so if you're watching the replay, good job in the future. All right, this is another one by Jacob. Let's see if it loads. I think it's very big. This looks like some sort of like promo poster for a movie that we don't know much about yet. Oh, he has updated his due to the colors not showing properly. You'll have to refresh for his. Cool. I will do that. Thank you, Val. What do you think about this?
I think, again, it's kind of missing a message. So what are you trying to say with these posters? Are they trying to like simulate, you know, the Nike posters now where they try to use as little elements as possible?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And I mean, just because a certain style of design is out there in the world does not necessarily mean that it's good design. So always like try to be conscious of if you're trying to like copy or imitate a certain style, like think about it first and really think if it's like the right way to go or not.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said for trying things out just to practice and try out different designs. I think the thing missing in both the posters was just that context, and specifically with like the Nike or the Michael Jordan, LeBron James, JCC basketball poster, is those had like a very large brand behind them, and so it was known immediately if you saw it, whereas this has less context. But Jacob says this has the text of his college common application, trying to show the disconnect between the holistic college application. So these posters, to me, Jacob, feel more like kind of fine art with a definite message behind them, which I appreciate. I'm kind of taking it in a more lofty area.
Yeah, I think you should always, if it's a poster directed to other people, you should always think about your audience first. And remember that people perceive information in different way. So they most probably won't, like their mind won't go to the same place that your mind went to when you were designing this.
Yeah, that's true.
So you need to make it a little bit clearer to people what you're trying to say.
Yeah, or there's always the idea of including like an artist statement, if that is the goal. But I think both your designs, Jacob, have been very, to me, specifically, I think they've been very like engaging visually. Like my eye is like, whoa, what's going on here? There's definitely something. So keep working on that. That's cool. All right, this is by Kevin. Actually, I'm gonna refresh real quick just to make sure I have all the right ones. All right. Let's see, Kevin, what we got? These big old files. Cool, sometimes we forget those who forget. Alzheimer's Research UK about dementia.
I'm curious as to why you flipped the image. I mean, obviously, anything that's done in a way that's even a little bit different from how we predict it to be, will catch our attention more.
Totally.
But I would like to know what was the thinking behind it.
Yeah. I can venture a guess that it would be kind of showing just like the confusion and how your world's flipped upside down literally when this kind of mental or neurological disease comes into your life. Yeah, because their world is upside down, super confusing, things are disappearing, being rearranged. This is powerful.
I think maybe I would go with a kind of a sadder picture as well, just to like push it further, because right now there's a sunset, and sunsets are something that's really beautiful, you know?
That's true.
And another thing I would say is there are a lot of different typography styles going on. So I would try to minimize that to create a tighter character.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm guessing this is like an actual logo from a company, so sometimes it's difficult to integrate those into a design without keeping them in mind. Cool, nice job, Kevin. I appreciate the subject matter for sure. All right, this is the poster for Adobe Live. This is by Esther. Let's get it open. Maybe it's better this way. Join us every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on be.net/live. Cool, so it's kind of literally just the info on a nice textured background.
I really like the background. I think there are some definitely nice elements here.
Mm-hmm.
I would play with the logo a little bit more, maybe make it smaller and play with the placement of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rag also could be a little bit better.
Of the whole thing or specific areas?
Of the whole thing, because you
Mhm.
see how after Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's a little bit awkward because it's like too long and then too short.
Yeah,
And
and then it gets really wide again.
then,
Yeah, that kind of happens down here as well. Yeah, good point. I totally agree with playing with the size of like the only graphic element. Letting that kind of sing. Yeah, hashtag Adobe Live anniversary, university. It's that time of day. Cool, when we definitely appreciate the promo, Esther, thanks. All right, this is by Raphael. New Diablo Ramen. Complete with a mock-up. This is cool.
oh no!
I know, my Moogle fell.
Suicide.
Fell to his death.
I'm curious as to why you use the like post office vernacular.
Oh, that's true. And even up here.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe it's supposed to be like ramen noodles.
Mm.
And this kind of looks like a little slice of fish cake. But I definitely see that your mind first goes to
Yeah.
the male. Yeah, he says, oh, that's ramen. Yeah. It's hard because sometimes, like, in our culture, all of society sees certain shapes as a certain thing, even if it's also other things. They're just not as popular. So, like, this is that postmark, but it's also ramen.
And I think the edges of the texture also like heighten that psychological association even more.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, like, this little overlapping here and how it goes over the text there is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cute little logo type. And how do you feel about this kind of pop color? This orangish red.
I really like it, especially because you can find it again in the image, in the
Mhm.
background.
Yeah.
I think maybe try flipping the color to something else, like maybe to the word Diablo instead.
Okay.
And maybe the fish cake does not have to be orange, so that like that one word like really pops.
Yeah, that's true. But I think this use of something more warm is definitely food friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes me hungry. So there's a good choice there. And we have, let's see, about 5 minutes left to look at the rest of these. So we're going to go a little bit quicker. But Raphael, great job. Nice design. This is by Ashi, Rosella Font by Sabina Capara. So it's kind of just like a little illustration for this font.
I think it looks more like a business card than a poster.
That's true.
I would definitely push it more, try to show the interesting elements of this font, what makes it different from other fonts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's all of these little decorative elements that you could really play with, like as borders, as graphics. But I do like the gray with the white knocked out. That keeps this still very readable.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job, Ashi. All right, on to Melissa. Interesting.
Magos.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely an interesting typographic piece,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks more like a page, like a layout design than it does a poster.
That's true. Yeah.
And definitely way too much text for a poster. people stopping to look at the poster would not read that.
Right. This seems like maybe if this was for like a conference and then this was like all of the speakers or the dates or something, but I think paring down the amount of text would be good. But it's very arresting, the amount of white versus the amount of black. Lots of back and forth.
Yeah, scale is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Nice job, Melissa. All right, this is by Patricia. Make me laugh, clownfish. This is like such one of those motivational posters you'd see in a like a counselor's office. It's cute. What do you think? What do you think about like the playful voice of it?
Yeah, it's I really appreciate that. You know? But I think the typography needs to be pushed a little bit more, and because it's such a like a cute and funny message, I wouldn't use caps.
Oh, okay.
Because lower case is much friendlier.
Yeah, you think it's they're like yelling at you? Make me laugh. Yeah, but cute. I like the movement of the words, especially down here, how you kind of broke it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice job, Patricia. All right, let's keep going. Ooh. Hello, Summer. I was like, what does this say?
How did you read it?
Boom, boom. This is by Constanza. What do we think?
It looks more like a layout than it does a poster. Like I could see it as end sheets of a book.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So maybe building some sort of information into this. But the color palette is really nice. The texture is cool. Cool. Keep playing with this, Constanza. Really, really nice grainy texture. This is by Agnes. Ooh. Save trees. Do you think this is readable?
Kinda. Yeah.
If there wasn't a huge tree here, it would be like save teas, teefs. So maybe this is it's on the nose enough to help you read it.
I would say it's a little bit eerie though. Is that
it is.
The kind of message that you're going for?
Maybe. Like kind of a warning. Better save those trees or I'll come and get you. You'll get lost. And what do you think about the hierarchy?
Definitely works. And especially because there's not that many, it's like only 2 elements.
Yeah.
But yeah, the illustration is really strong.
Yeah, nice job, Agnes. Very powerful. Oh, that's us. All right, and we have 4 more, and we only have like a minute or 2. So let's just give a quick note on all of these. This is by Janet. Realigned. Cat tree alignment solo exhibition. Cool. So it's like a art show. What do you think about the colors?
Too many colors.
Oh, okay.
I would say.
Nice. Cool. So maybe pare down the color palette, but this definitely reads something artsy.
It's a little bit hard to read though.
That's true. Yeah, I like the attempt you made on making it something interesting, but maybe thinking about the viewer a little bit more. All right, this is Miguel.
It looks more like a business card than a poster.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's like a poster about them.
Yeah.
Some more information.
And like the logo is huge, but the actual message, which I'm guessing is more important, is like very small.
Yeah, definitely. But I think this texture is really interesting, so keep playing with it and play with that hierarchy, Miguel. All right. Real quick, we've got Bruno's Come to South Africa. It's almost like a tourist poster. Nice use of some photo manipulation.
I think the colors and the aesthetic works really well for the message and the subject.
Yeah. And we're going to move on to the next one because we only have like 30 seconds left. But that was really cute, Bruno. Nice job. This is Eric. Wow, so this is like a little illustration for the text. Nice color palette.
A little bit hard to read.
Yeah, that's like kind of the common thing around here. So maybe just keeping the audience in mind, but keep your artistic spirit. Nice job, Eric. Sorry we had to kind of scurry through the last couple submissions. Time really snuck up on us because you had so many awesome submissions. But Alma will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, working on the rest of the zine, I think. Cool, so we'll wrap it up tomorrow, but come back at 9 a.m. tomorrow, starting with Sunny and Christine. And we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thanks, Alma.
Thank you.
Yay, bye, everyone. See ya.